Okay, what we're trying to do, this will be rounded off. Okay, these corners will come off eventually. Alright. But what we're going to do here is we're just going to scoop out the corners here at the bottom and get that kind of a rounded oval shape. I've been quite busy here lately. Sorry I haven't been online a whole lot. I've been desperately trying to find some way of putting a shop here up at the farm, and I've kind of came to the end of my rope trying to figure out where the heck I'm going to put it, and you know what I should do. Should I go with a prefab shed, or should I start from scratch? And it's been kind of a long, tedious ordeal. So I will eventually get something up here. It's just I've been working on it for a month and a half and I haven't gotten anything yet. Okay, so we're just going to try to follow that line across, alright? And we're just going to bring this down a little bit, just like so. Okay, see, it's shaping up. Same thing over here, we're just going to bring this down a little bit. Probably the same depth as what we see here. Maybe not as pronounced, but we're definitely going to make a ridge there that we can see the bottom part of the glove. Like I said, you can make one of these for baby's first Christmas. I thought was a nice idea. I thought of that earlier today, that might be a real unique way of doing something. And we're going to trim this down because we don't need all this here. So we're going to bring this down on the back side of the thumb. We're going to trim this down a little bit further. Alright. We finally got our first snow here this year. Well, we had one in October, but first one for 2012. And I was out there plowing a good part of yesterday around the farm and getting everything open. It didn't take me that long, a couple hours. But I don't think I like plowing a whole lot. It's like mowing the grass. I don't care for it, but as long as I'm not rushed to be somewhere, or you know, then I don't mind it so much. But it gets monotonous. But I'm sure glad we have the farm that we have it to plow and such. You know. Okay, so I'm going to round this off. I'm going to start rounding the glove a little bit more. Now, see how I tugged on that? You want to turn that around and go the opposite way. Alright? When you feel that knife tug and it feels like it's not going to go through, and you feel like a real good resistance to it, then yes, you don't want to I'm going to hollow some of this out. See how I'm scooping this out? I'm just doing a little bit of this, not exactly where the palm would be, but the inside of the hand portion, the top part, I'm going to try to scoop out a little bit. Alright. Now it's not going to be real easy to do that. If you have a gouge, it would work a little bit better. But I'm just trying to give it a little bit more shape to it, and you may have to go back and forth and scoop it out. You can make this as elaborate as you want, or as simple as you want. You know, when you do your Santas, you can make these same gloves for their hands, you know, for the outside part of his hand and such. Let me just put on a glove here. I just want to see something here. Okay. Alright, got it. What we're going to do is we're going to dig this out a little further here. And we're going to bring this in just a tad more. We're going to dig this out. Okay, and we're going to take this down a little bit further. Alright. I'm going to trim this off a little more. This all comes off, because this goes in the front portion. Alright. But anyway, we had our first snow, and it's been nice to see some snow on the ground. I have to say, last couple of years, we really got nailed with a lot of snow, more than usual for our area. And we'll have one big one yet coming, I'm sure. The winter isn't over yet. I remember getting it in April and in March and April. So now I'm going to try to do all this with a knife without using any kind of gouges, simply because I know a lot of beginners will not have the luxury of having a gouge or the right type of gouge for this. So I'm just scooping this out. This is the bottom part of the hand, okay? We're just going to keep scooping it out. And you know what? You need to stop every so often and look at it. See if it looks proportioned or not, you know. That's a good portion of carving, is stepping back and looking at it after you make a few cuts and say, okay, does it look even? Does it look right? One thing I didn't do on this, which I normally do on a lot of my carvings, is I put a center line all the way down and around. And I didn't do it on this one. I didn't think it needed it. But you can do that to give you a little more clarity of where you're at. If you feel like doing that, you can do that. But I'm going to stop the tape here, and we're going to keep going as soon as we come back. Alright, I'll be right back.